Hello and good morning. It's an early one today. We're 5:30. 5:30, we're on the water. Gonna get those early bites in before everyone gets on the lake. There's actually already a guy on the lake. Dedicated. I am impressed, honestly. Couldn't get out here much earlier, but plan on making the most of the morning. Probably fish till about noon when the bite slows down. Head home. Be able to see behind me, but visibility is pretty poor. I can't see more than 100 feet in any direction. It's pretty cool, actually. Almost makes the lake look endless. Fishing in purgatory this morning. Wow. Oh, there's my alarm. Better wake up. I have no idea where I am. I was like, I'm gonna go into shore, but I can't see it. I like being able to see land. I don't like this. Oh, I see land. I have no idea where I am. It's a good thing this lake is so small. I actually can't believe I just got lost on this lake. It's so small, but you can't see anything right now. I got turned around and ended up just stuck in the weed. What if I seen the Flying Dutchman? I just thought that'd be so cool. Giant ghostly sailing ship on this tiny little lake for some reason. Fingers crossed. Oh, a fish would be nice too. Got a couple bites like right away, but nothing yet. So I just caught my first fish of the morning, but I don't believe this. I think that's a perch? What the hell? Look it went after this little crankbait. Like, what are you doing, dude? I thought I had some weeds, but it's just this little perch. Dude, look at that's like the tiniest fish I've ever caught. Go down the live well he goes. That's this morning is surreal. This is like some sort of weird fever dream. That's really weird. I just caught a 3-inch perch on a 2-inch bait in a lake that's not even supposed to have perch. Alright, there it is. First fish of the morning. Just took a bit of perseverance. Holy. It's a decent little rainbow. He's probably 13 or 14. Yeah, he'll be an upgrade. Nice. Pretty fish too. Oh, hold on a sec. I gotta clean my board off. Can't see anything. If it's not a clear photo, they'll dock me points on the derby, so I gotta make sure I'm taking good pictures. Alright, yeah, he's a decent one. Just over 13. Not bad. Please. Okay, let's get a picture. Here's the first one of the day. It's important, especially when water is starting to get warm like this, that you take good care in reviving your fish. you make sure they sit there. Try and get some oxygen in their gills if you can. That way you limit the mortality. It's an unfortunate part of fishing that sometimes the fish is injured in the fight or is too tired. But it's very important that you do everything you can to prevent unnecessary mortality if you're doing catch and release. Alright, I just went in for a little break. I actually caught a pretty decent one on the way in. It was probably close to 20. And I'm using pretty lightweight fluoro for a leader. It snapped me off like just as I got it in the net and it jumped out of the net. Oh man, to say I was dejected is an understatement. You finally find a lure that's working, and then of course that's the only one I have, so I gotta switch it up now, see if this will work. It's still pretty early in the day. It's like it's not even 8 o'clock. I've been out here for almost 3 hours though. So I'm just gonna troll around. Hopefully that sun comes out. This lure I was using yesterday when the sun was out was working wonders. So now that it's clearing up, oh, hey, I got a bite already. Okay, that's good news. Not all hope is lost. So yeah, we'll troll this one around and see if I can get into some bigger trout again. Hopefully don't get snapped off this time. I upgraded my fluoro leader to an 8-pound test instead of a 4-pound test, so in theory twice as strong. Hopefully I don't snap off again. Okay, well maybe breaking off on that lure wasn't such a bad thing. Switched it up and finally got a brown. I'm catching nothing but rainbows, so always a beautiful fish too. Love the color on these things. Okay, well this will be, I think, my first brown of the tournament, so I gotta be really careful to get a good picture of him. Here's my phone. Nice, yeah, he'll probably do 15 or 16 here. He's a nice one. So just very carefully get him on the board. Oh, I could almost get him to push 15 actually. Whenever he breathes, he touches 15, so let's see if I can get him on there. Nice, look at that. Nice little brown. Get him in the net so he can relax for a second while I check my photo. Ooh, he's just shy of 15. Okay, that's a good enough photo. Let's let him go. Let's get one more photo up here. That's a nice one. These are beautiful fish. He pooped all over me, speaking of beautiful fish. Nice brown, first of the trip. Pretty confident I should get a strike here. Another key when it comes to trolling is how much line you decide to let out. I generally like to let out as much line as I think I can stand, because in my mind the fish might see the boat, scatter, and by the time the lure gets to them they won't be around. So if I let a lot of line out, oh there we go, there's that strike. He's swimming straight at me too. Oh, it's so small. Look at that one. I don't think he's even worth measuring. Woo. I got the leader though, so that counts. Knock that hook out of his mouth for him. Send him on his way. Hold still. Hold still. Boom. Just like that. Oh, this other boat's waving me over. See what's up. Alright, those fellas waved me over for some helpful advice and to give me a good lure. So they said that this woolly bugger's been working really well for them. It's got this neon green chenille body and a black hackle and a black marabou tail. They're fishing with barbs, so I gotta pinch the barb on here, but they said it's been getting them browns and tigers all morning, so let's see how that works. I gotta get some split shot on here so I can drag that behind me, but It's appreciated when someone on the water gives you some useful advice. This fly was literally described as life-changing, so got some high expectations. I've been trolling this wonder fly for about 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Not so much as a bite. To be fair, those guys are actually using fly tackles, so probably a lot more effective for them, but I wouldn't describe it as life-changing. I don't really like trolling flies if I can avoid it. It just doesn't seem as effective. It'd be much better if I actually had a fly rod. For the sake of those fellas and their generosity, I'm going to try it for a little bit here. I'll troll up and down this bank a couple times, and if I don't got a bite, I'll just switch back. The lure that I was using, I was getting quite a bit of hits, and actually landed a few fish with it. Not like I was having trouble catching them. Alright, the wonder fly didn't seem to work. I trolled that around for about 30 minutes just to give it a shot. No such luck. Sun's starting to come out, so I'm switching back to that silver spoon. Hopefully that's the hit. Oh yeah, I got a bite already. I literally just put that on and there's just the take there. So I'm going to really quickly try and jump out of the sweater before I get a fish on, and be right back. I didn't even get through my wardrobe change before I got the bite. Oh man. I literally was just throwing my life jacket on and my rod just doubles over. Feels like a good one. I don't think that's a rainbow either. What are you? It's on there pretty good, whatever it is. Well, that might be a rainbow actually. He's shaking pretty good now. What are you? Oh, that's big. Oh, that's really big. That's a good fish. That's a really good fish. Stay on. Man, that's a good fish. That's a good fish. Holy. Please stay on. Oh, that's big. He's not done yet. Oh, I'm so glad I decided to put on a heavier test. Oh, that's a big brown. Come on, yes, oh no. Dude, that thing's a tank! Holy shit, that is a big brown. Holy, that's a... That's easily my PB brown. That thing is huge. So big. It's exactly the brown that I need. It's a 20-some brown. Oh man, I'm scared now. Getting this thing on the board is going to be a challenge. Okay, please sit still for just a second. Oh, what a tank. Nope. Just please sit still. That'll do 21, 22. That made this all worth it. All of the trouble I've had this morning. Look at that. Look at that. Boom. Oh, I love it when I get to unfold the board for a trout. Everything's all wet. I'm fucking just tangled up beyond belief. I couldn't be happier. Man, what a nice fish. Oh my goodness. So you can probably hear I just hooked into a big bow. It's probably 18. That's a good one. Jeez. It's freaking out though. I'm probably not gonna get a picture of this one. Come on. Onto the board with you. Oh, he's 16 and a half. It's not terrible. my hand's wet while you're handling any trout. Specifically rainbows though, they're so delicate. Also makes it very hard to handle though when you've when you got your wet hands. And he swims away just fine. Man. Oh, I'm starting to feel it, people. I was on the water for probably 13 hours yesterday and woke up 5 a.m. sharp this morning, and I've been on the water for just over 5 hours now. So I think the next 30 minutes will be the determining factor on whether I stay or go. I'd like to get a couple more big trout, but my main goal this weekend has been accomplished. I got a big brown over 20. I just took a look at the picture of that fish, man, and holy, that thing's a toad. So, would be pretty happy to call her here, but you could always get more fish. So I'm gonna troll around for another 30 minutes, see if the bite picks up. If I can't tie and do another big one, I'll probably pack up and head home. Alright, I was literally just calling it a day. I was about to head home. And I was like, you know what, let's just change the lure and troll back and see what happens. And I got a pretty decent rainbow here. He's probably worth putting on the board. Not huge, but big enough. Yeah, I'll use a feisty one to 15. I don't think that's actually an upgrade, but it's on there, so let's get the picture. It's a nice little rainbow. Oh man, well, what a great weekend. I was gonna head out here Friday night. And I kind of regret not doing so, but honestly I got out here early enough that it didn't make a huge difference in the end. It's awesome when you find something that just works consistently. You can experiment, but I just kept going back to the same lure and it just kept producing. So I got my new PB brown. I'm pretty sure, I think the brown that I got last year was like 21, but this thing was twice the thickness. Like, it was fat. I could barely get that thing on the board. Well, that'll be it for this one. Really appreciate you guys watching so far. All the support that I've gotten has been awesome. Please, if you guys have any ideas or comments or suggestions, make sure to comment in the video and let me know what you guys want to see. I'm going to be doing this for quite a few hours this summer, so if there's anything in particular you guys want me to look into, or any suggestions you guys have, I'd be much appreciated. Alright, well, I'll see you guys on the next one.